everyone. Mark standing here outside of one of my favorite local haunts. No surprise, it's a coffee shop. We're going to head in and see Fadi from the Ministry of Coffee and Social Affairs. Come on in, let's have a chat. Hello friends, I am here with Fadi, the owner, one of the owners of Ministry of Coffee and Social Affairs, not to be confused with Public Affairs, being a government town. And it's been an honor of mine to support this local coffee shop for many, many years. I remember when you first got started. In fact, I even remember having a conversation with you when you were an employee of another coffee shop. And you told me about this venture that you wanted to embark upon. So how did Ministry of Coffee evolve?
It evolved, actually, that's a great intro. It evolved essentially from working at coffee shops, but knowing then that one day I'm going to be an owner and operator of coffee shops. So that's a good lesson, is work in the industry that you want to be an entrepreneur, learn the ins and outs of it, learn the nitty-gritty, learn what goes wrong and what goes right, and the impact that you can make, and put your twist on it.
So one of the things I remember about you when you were in that coffee shop is it was more than a love of coffee. It was more than I want to be in this business. You and I are coffee snobs, and it's that taste, right? So tell me about what it was that was there a kicking moment? Was there a turning point for you that just said, I got to do this on my own?
I think the turning point is, and it goes with the name, the Ministry of Coffee. It's so you've already automated, this is what it is, and expect this. And the difference is when you travel to other cities, large cities, and you have a coffee culture that was missing in Ottawa. Not to say that there isn't great places, but the volume of them is
because when I was growing up, everybody went to Tim Hortons, and then all of a sudden Starbucks came out of nowhere. But it wasn't like you would go and have this community where people would hang out, whereas now it's a whole new culture. There's way more to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we call it the third wave. The second wave being the chains like Starbucks.
Yeah, okay.
That's the second wave. That's the introduction to espresso and specialty drinks in the coffee world. First wave, you could say that that's the diner coffee or Tim Hortons. Simple coffee that does the job. It's great. And then, business evolved. Starbucks had an opportunity, and it showed the world that you can pay $5 for a coffee. and here's the story behind that. Now, the third wave comes in and says, we are a little bit more in the specialty coffee trade, so we like to take the nuances of what you're actually drinking. So the nuances in the beans are roasted to what the potential can be. Well,
you're selling
to jumble the words. How to make coffee the best way. You're going to be always a coffee person. It might not mean anything to you, but when you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you're still able to make it.
So that is I guess what I'm trying to say here is that is the precursor to this third wave that you're talking about. You're talking about the craft. You're talking about the actual quality of the coffee. Whereas first wave, as you mentioned, was about a diner. And then second wave being, you can get better coffee. And now you're into a whole experience. When you walk in, there's a vibe. All of your locations have a nice energy, a nice vibe. It's a spot where people want to come and sit and work from. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I meet a client. In the old days, in my business, we had an expression called CITO. Come into the office. Okay? Who wants to meet a realtor in the office? Nobody. This is a neutral environment. It's a warm environment. People feel more relaxed when they're here. So tell me then, if you could, what makes, you've touched on it, but what makes a Ministry of Coffee different from some of the other smaller local craft coffee shops in town?
Question. Be as possible.
Okay, you can't say they're crap.
No, they're definitely not crap. You know, there's something for everybody, and we're definitely not out to please 100% of the population or 100% of the coffee world, coffee drinking population. And we do what we can. We think that when we have a taste, it's dialed into a certain customer, and that customer tends to tell a lot of people. You know, our customers are the best marketers that we have.
Well, you don't know this. There are over 4,000 real estate agents in Vancouver. Yeah. For a total of about 20,000 sales a year. So believe it or not, the average realtor last year sold 5 homes, right? And a good realtor would sell 15 to 20 homes, right? And yes, you're right. I'm not going to cater to everybody. I'm a very relationship-based realtor versus transactional. You're a relationship-based business where people feel they are part of what it is that you're trying to present. If you weren't doing this, what would Fatty be doing?
Well, as much as I love interacting with people day to day, it's
You don't like people.
Well, it's going on 10 years. You know,
It
and
is.
I'm an introvert by nature, and I love my favorite hobby is reading and solitude. So I've somewhat exhausted the interaction part of my life. If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be in the woods. I would be any way to make money, and that's park ranger would be an amazing job.
Unplug, live off the land.
Absolutely. I was, I was the in-laws. They live in the Quebec side in the mountains, and that is my only recharge. That's
You are preaching
I
to the
came
choir.
back and I'm actually working. I'm doing things in back, and I need that. That's my recharge. Yeah.
Well, and I have my cottage, which I've now owned for 10 plus years, and it is my sanctuary. It's in the middle of the woods where if I could live off the grid, off the land, I would. And it's really the only place where I can go and unplug.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I do enjoy it. No, don't be
Oh,
jealous.
absolutely. And that's what I'm working towards. You know, it's getting that land, or getting that cabin, or building that cabin. It's something.
And you know, even if you start small, start with something and evolve it. I mean, in the 1890s, the original cabin that I have was actually a sheep. So, Ministry of Coffee has been very calculated in where you have opened your locations. Having originally come from the Beechwood Village area, I was surprised it took you as long as it did to open in there, and now you are there. But what was it that you were looking for as a business owner to choose a location?
That's a good question. Population density is the simplest.
Foot traffic?
Foot traffic. Traffic. When you open something, or location. Beechwood, as an example, was it's an oddity.
Oh yeah.
There's density, but it's not concentrated.
There's no parking.
The parking is
Brutal, especially when they converted Beechwood into considered traditional Main Street.
Yeah.
Right? They got rid of a lot of the parking.
The speed limit has always been way too fast as well, and that takes away from the from what you can get from what you once expected from a community perspective. It's almost like a highway. Here it's a little different. You can see how slowly it goes. But I mean, most people, we can convince most people in most neighborhoods to try our coffee, and the rest is history.
Okay. Do you have your sights on expanding further, or are you thinking we're happy with where we're at right now because more isn't always better?
Yeah, definitely more is definitely not always better. We grew a little bit too quickly, I'd say 4 years ago.
Exponentially.
Yeah, we doubled and tripled.
Yeah.
But now we're looking for more partners developers, more of not a cookie cutter way.
Okay.
Our craft and our training and our recipes go with us no matter where we are, but the locations change. And the locations adapt to the neighborhood. Each location is different, but what's the same as the product. And so now we are looking for just an easier way to get into a market.
What does that look like?
That looks like working with possible hotels, developers, ones that come with designers and builders, because for 4 locations, I am the designer and the builder, and that took a toll.
Oh,
now we're
tenant improvements, fit ups.
Absolutely.
That's sunk cost.
Yeah, and you learn that as you go along. You learn what you do differently the next time, and those are all. Don't build it yourself. Don't do every job yourself. Don't.
Yeah, you can't be the master of all trades.
Exactly.
Don't always be
Don't
available.
always be available. I learned to say no. Well,
Okay, I'm always available. That's not true either.
Hey, we all need to sleep.
Yeah, we do all need to sleep.
So we have from Seattle to Qatar. Our phones are always on and always ringing. So from Seattle we sell our espresso machines in the van. So and then through Seattle, Ottawa, London are the people that work on these machines, and then Doha, people that are using these machines. So our phones 24 hours a day. Somebody is actively working, and that's how you grow. That's also something that can tire you out really quickly. Yeah.
It's interesting because I just finished reading a book called Leading on Empty, and it is a book on burnout.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I started reading it, got halfway through it, that I was the guy he was writing about.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to do that because you care about your business, I care about my business, you care about the coffee, but you can only be pulled at, and you have a young family, which my kids are up, gone, off the payroll. You're in the trench and you want to be a part of their lives.
Yeah, and my partners are in the same situation as well. And you can only sacrifice so much, but you definitely have to sacrifice. You can't do this without sacrificing, without making someone unhappy. But make sure that you're following your goal. You're taking those steps. And you have to have a goal. You have to have those steps.
Beautiful.
My goal was to open multiple locations.
Okay.
We did that. Now, there's good and there's bad, and we want to keep the good part of it as much as possible.
Streamline, remain profitable, remain in balance, try and live the good life. And the good life isn't always great.
Yeah.
It is good.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite expressions is 8 is great, because 10 out of 10 is almost impossible to achieve.
Yeah.
8 is great. Well, it's been a wonderful opportunity to catch up again and see you, and thank you for taking the time to meet with me. Thank you for offering tremendous coffee product, because I enjoy it. I'm in this location here on Wellington on a regular basis. I meet with clients here, I want to say 3 or 4 times a week anyways, and I will say to you that
putting my son through college.
That's perfect. I'm happy too. And I'll tell you, you've done a great job, because I have always had great coffee consistently and great service. And today, I will tell you that is a rarity, because I would suggest to you that worldwide customer service is at an all-time low. And I never, ever get that here. So thank you for that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing some minutes with us. And I wish you tremendous success.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.
Thank you.